What's up?
Yo,
Enlightened ones.
we're back.
How's it going? How's it going? We back out here in these streets. Almost mid-January. Crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
Almost mid.
Yeah, that UFC card's coming up.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is coming up quick. I know when we say it's almost mid-January, that almost seems like you're like, dang, instead of saying like, hey, we're only like a week and a half into January. I guess me wording it that way as I just said it out loud makes it like, dang, we midway into January already, you know?
Yep.
Maybe it feels that way a little bit to people. It's been a long January.
Yeah, it has been. But it's kind of been flying by, though.
Flying by but long. You right. You right. Like Michaela and I were just talking to Michaela had a long weekend, getting in that wrestling
Yeah, we went to
season.
Dodge City.
Yeah. Did you see Taylor?
Yeah, I did see Taylor.
Nice.
What's up, Taylor?
Shout out.
Yeah, she came and watched our wrestling girls. She stayed for a couple hours.
Nice. Heck yeah. And how far is she in Dodge, or is it like...
No, she's 20 minutes outside of Dodge.
Oh, okay. That's not a bad drive.
No. No, but for us, it was a 5-hour drive. Yeah.
I don't remember taking that long of a trip for anywhere like in high school when we went and traveled. I think the longest when we went to Wichita, which was like 2.5 hours, 3 hours. But I don't remember going anywhere like that was 5 in high school.
Yeah. I don't know if we did, but I know we went to a lot of Western Kansas schools like Dodge. Maybe like Cimarron, like the smaller Western Kansas schools that are way out there.
Yeah.
But that's all you
Like,
that's all you got in Midwestern Kansas, though. You know, everyone's spread out.
It's true. It's true. And what class is it?
I think.
Like 5A?
I don't know. I think Lawrence
It wouldn't be 5A.
Lawrence is 6A.
Yeah. But I was like, when you went to Dodge City,
I don't know. I don't know how it works.
I don't know.
I just show up. I'm just there supporting.
Yeah. Coach Michaela.
Yeah. Yeah, we did all right.
That's good. And this is the first or second meet into January.
I think it's our first.
Okay.
I think.
For some reason, I thought you all had one like right after New Year's.
No, we had one. Actually, I don't know. My January's just flown by. I don't know. We've been on break, so I think we had one before Christmas. And
that's right.
And then we've been on break since this past weekend.
Yeah, telling you, it flown by, but it's also felt a little long. It's been a January. So, I mean, how have you been overall going in, post New Year's, getting back into the season, back into stuff?
I don't know, I've been all right. I've been feeling better. My back was pretty stiff at the beginning of the year, so I'm working through that, and I'm feeling pretty good. I'm ready to roll this week.
All right, getting better. You were feeling a little looser, like you were talking about last week in your back, so you rolled a little bit.
Yeah, I was feeling pretty back to normal now, so that's good. I'm excited.
Yeah, backs are terrible.
Yeah, I felt old. I felt so old for a few weeks, like not being able to bend your back and walking like an old person. It's not cool.
And then it almost like makes you be like, damn. Like when you look at that older person or you see that, I'll be like, I get it.
Yeah.
I don't, but I get it now.
I am doing that now. But like, you don't realize how much you bend your back until you can't. It's like, oh.
Yeah. All those like little move twists, bending down, the posture.
Yeah.
Posture's what's good, yeah.
I know. I'm sitting bad right now. Like, I gotta change how I sit.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you found some relief.
Oh yeah,
I know that back stuff, because then, like you said, it's like your hammies, your quads are tight too. Like that can impact your core, ribs. It pulls up on your shoulders. I mean, it's a whole domino effect.
Yeah. Is your back feeling all right?
It is. It's better. Definitely. We still feel a little point in there, but way better than it was. It's always on dumb stuff, right? Like yours wasn't. I was just staring at.
Mine wasn't, I mean, the initial like something probably happened when I got pressured into in my match, but like I just jumped on my couch. That's all I did for mine to like little shift out of place. Like I just hopped on my couch, but I kind of the
Hmm.
cushions were spread apart, so I kind of hit the hard part in the couch, and that's what did it.
Oh, that's what did it.
Yep.
Bow.
Mm-hmm.
Couches always get you. You got to be careful of those couches, you know.
Now I
Yeah,
used to
I'm
be able
saying
to
that
just
like,
jump on anything.
nah, not anymore. When
Dang.
I was a kid, that's what took my two front teeth out. I mean, lucky for me, at
Really?
least I just got them out the way. My two front baby teeth.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I was Superwoman. Just like went face first to the couch. Was like, wham, bow.
Dang.
Took out the first two.
My sister did that to a chair. She ran straight into a chair and like bruised her teeth. I think they turned purple.
Oh, that would be very painful. I would imagine.
Yeah. Oh, that was so long ago.
Dang. Yeah, mine just bow loose. Like they came out like another day, like the next day
Yeah.
they came out.
Are you excited?
I mean, I was just kind of, I don't know if I was excited. I think, yeah, maybe the tooth fairy, I was excited. I was like, oh, money, but 2 for 1 now. Just got out two out the way, but I don't know. I wasn't too excited to be, gap tooth. Then I'm pretty sure I was like that. I'm pretty sure I had school pictures. Like it was right before school pictures too, so it's just like grill gone, but still.
Yeah, I don't remember missing my front teeth. That's kind of wild. I remember when my bottom came out, but I don't remember the rest.
Yeah.
Like I don't
Damn.
know if it was I think it was one at a time.
I think my bottom teeth, I had a couple come out at the same time too. I was just like, yeah, I guess get them out the way in bulk. I guess that's how I looked at it.
2 for 1.
Yeah, get them out. But there's been some hefty couch incidents. I'm just saying, like, you'd be doing handstands and shit on the couch. I fell over. All she wrote.
Were you a backflip kid or a front flip?
Yeah, I was front flip kid.
Nice. I couldn't do
Yeah.
either.
Backflips, we might be going to the ER if I really wanted to continue pursuing that skill. It just takes one bad, like you just hit 4 points because you didn't go anywhere, but just your whole back because you were trying. And then if you decide to try again, that might be your neck. And I made the wise decision. I was like, I don't think backflips are for me.
That's good. Yeah, I could never. I must have been long. I must have always just been too long because I could never rotate.
That makes sense, though. Yeah. Yeah, like, what is it? You have a longer torso, too.
That's
Yeah,
probably
getting
it.
your, like, yeah,
Yeah.
you can't.
I wondered when I was a kid on the trampoline, I'm like, why can my sisters and my brothers do front flips and I can't? Like, I can never get it. That's probably why. Long.
Did you even try, like, in the pool or anything?
No, just on the trampoline.
No.
I mean, I
maybe
probably did try and then I quit because I couldn't do it.
I'm saying maybe the pool would have given that little extra, like, factor of just not having fear because you, like, land in the pool. Because I used to do front flips in the pool, but I will say, as I say that, there was, I think I think I can clock the last time I did a front flip because I was almost ended up in some Final Destination.
No, no.
Yeah, like I did. I think I was in 3rd or 4th grade. Me and my buddy were doing front flips, and I like ran. I just ran a little bit off to the side a little bit too much. So then when I like did a front flip, as I was coming down to the water, I just saw how close I was to like the edge, and like I would just thought to myself like that would have been like just face.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that may have been the last time I actually tried to do a front flip in the water.
Yeah. I remember when I was younger, my friend was jumping off the high dive and did a belly flop on accident while she was
Ooh.
doing a flip.
Nah. She's lucky she didn't have like something major happen.
Yeah.
High dive. Woo. Did you ever do the platinum or the platform?
What?
Like higher than the
Oh,
high
no,
dive?
no. I
I used to do that.
think I did the high dive when I first learned how to swim, like when I was really young, but I stopped doing it once I probably after like 6 years old. I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm done jumping off of things.
It's crazy how, like kids, like we transition and we're like, I don't have any more of that fearlessness in me.
Mm-hmm.
Then I used to be all up in the X Games, skateboarding, cool, until saw my friend eat it on a hill, and I was like, not for me anymore. Never, not for me anymore. We're gonna retire that.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever got the speed wobbles?
Yes.
Yeah, that's so scary when you're like, oh no.
Yeah. Speed wobbles are the worst. Bike took me out when I had the speed wobbles one time.
No.
Catastrophic. Went over the handlebars. Just had me laid out.
Damn, over the handlebars.
Over the handlebars, because it got like I was at my grandma's for the weekend, and so I was riding one of my like uncle's bikes, but they had like one of those bikes where if you pedal backwards, the brakes, and I was used to the brakes, the gears, and I like we're starting to go fast, trying to be all cute and yeah, I could beat the boys. Started getting the wobbles, and then I just, unbeknownst to me, hit the brake of the back. And
No.
Yeah. Went dome first, busted lip. I'm pretty sure if somebody like saw that in real time, it was probably like, maybe it looked like somebody threw like one of those crash dummies, right? Like down the street. Just skidded.
Mm-hmm.
Then I had to run home. Because I didn't to get myself home. So I had to like run home and cry to my grandma so they can put me together.
How old were you?
I think that I was like 6 or 7.
Yeah, I can see little Deja just flying over her bike handles.
Tore me up. I know. Still got the scar on my lip
Dang.
too. I know. Knee. I'm like, probably had a concussion. I don't know. We were built different back then.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I wrecked my bike multiple times.
It was like, are you good? Can you breathe? Nothing's broken. All right, just sleep it off. Is kind of where we were at. We don't have time to go in the hospital.
Dang, yours was that
but
bad.
Probably should have. Should have.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah. Well, on a scale, I mean, like I said, a lot of stuff happens as a kid. We're like now, like I said, you
nothing.
Sit on the couch wrong, takes you out for 2 weeks.
Oh, I thought you were going to say nothing happens to kids now.
Oh, well, kids now.
They're just,
I mean, I've seen.
like playing on their iPads.
No activity. Fingers might hurt. Might have some eye strain. We're not taking no catastrophic, like, bike injuries, rollerblading injuries.
Every time I see the neighbor kids out and about on their bikes, I'm just like, yes, they're playing outside.
Play outside, get outside, because they need to be. That's joy. Smell the air out there. Go touch some grass. Yeah. You need to know what it's like to get some chigger bites.
Or step on stickers. I met a girl once in college who didn't know what stickers were because she's from the city. I'm like, oh, that's crazy. I've had so many bad experiences with stickers.
I know, all around your socks. I hated those.
Yeah, same.
I haven't really seen those anymore now.
I know.
I guess I'm not outside like that anymore. I guess I'm not exploring outside like that anymore.
Yeah, I miss doing that. When I went home for Christmas, it was so nice. I went and walked my old little trails in the trees. I visited all my little like forts that I made. It was kind of cool. Took me back.
Little spots.
Yep.
Hell yeah. We all had them. Dang. Hell yeah. Out there on the trails. I used to be out there on the trails all day. That'd be something to do. What are we going to do? We're going to ride the trails. We're going to make it an adventure for like 4 hours. Ride the trails. Stop at Sonic like 2 miles in. Get a little drink.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Get outside, kids. Or get on the wrestling mats.
Yeah, or that too. That's good for you.
Yeah, it is. It is. So, Yeah, this week getting, like I said, we are, I think, feeling a little bit more well adjusted of, kind of getting past the holidays as we get into this mid-January. So that's been all right. I'm really not feeling we're spoiled. So let me start off with that. I'm thankful that it's been warmer winter than usual, and you do start feeling that starting to drop a little more. I'm not here for that.
Yeah, me neither. My body can feel it now whenever it goes under 30. I'm like, ooh, my joints are feeling it.
Yeah. Gotta get loose out here. I don't know how those people, I look at people I envy you that could just be out there running.
Mm-hmm.
It's cold. I'm like, not me. I'd just be pissed off the whole time. Just like, why am I running right now?
Yeah.
It's cold.
Yeah, I don't know. I wish I was mentally tough like them, though. When I see them, I'm like, there's something different.
That is true. There is something different that hits with that. And so, hey, great segue, enlightened ones. Speaking of runners, we have Michaela and I for our topic of the week and our Zen talk this week. I said, we're only a week and a half into January. Completely understand. We kind of talked about got to keep motivation, keeping things going, keeping the pace, and also feeling like there's new motivation that comes every new year, but it's like new year, new me. However, we're approaching up on that third week where it tends to fizzle out for people. And so, it's like you either kind of regress back to old patterns, or you maybe kind of go into burnout mode. And so we really want to talk about, and then, yeah, again, people out there, I know collectively we're feeling the strain. You're feeling the stress, heard, hear, and see you. So this is also for those feeling that energy burnout, just in general. So our topic of the week, endurance requires steady movement. And our Zen talk is river flow, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not like water, not flow like water. I know you're like, well, it's kind of similar. It is, but it's not. You'll understand when we get there. Imagine a river, okay, in all of its forms.
Flowing.
So, exactly, flowing. We're still technically we're still in Capricorn season. We are still, like we talked about a couple weeks ago, we are still very much, even though we're in 2026 now, we're still in the year of the snake for the Chinese zodiac. Chinese zodiac does not officially change until next month. I think February 17th is the actual date. So then we'll be going into the good old horse. But again, things just keep getting shed. Truths continue to be exposed. And I think people, again, are just done maybe affirming old patterns that no longer serve them. And maybe you're feeling lost. You're like, I don't know what to do with any of this. But I know I don't want to keep doing what I'm doing.
Yeah. I feel the shedding.
Yeah.
Do you feel it?
I do.
Good.
Same. It's like I said, it's finding those pockets of time. It's like, hasn't been ideal. So I know I've been a little more anxious, but I've been on my last week my last week, I know when I'm internally anxious, outwardly anxious, I tend to fall asleep well. And I have a problem falling asleep, but I will wake up at about 3-4 hours into it, wide awake.
Oh, that's rough.
It's like ding. And I'm just up. I'm up for like an hour or two. So I just got to scroll, maybe doom scroll, which doesn't help. But I'd rather be doing that than just looking at the wall or just sitting there with my eyes closed, just thinking. Because I might as well just be looking at something while I'm there. But I'm also feeling this internal energy as well and trying to figure out ways to continue pouring into self and pouring out to use said energy so it doesn't get stagnant. But I've been feeling it too over the last week.
Yeah. Yeah, same. I listen to Atomic Habits just to try to help change patterns and stuff.
Mm-hmm. How's the art been coming?
That's been going.
Have you had any time to do it?
Not this past week. No, not since wrestling started back up, which kind of sucks. I'm just so busy. But
yeah.
But before wrestling, when I was on break, Christmas break, I was getting a lot done. And I'm still just thinking about it quite a bit more than I was.
Yeah.
So that's helping me get back in rhythm.
It's a great place to be in. Keeping the rhythm, finding that flow for yourself. I know a lot of people out there changing, shedding. elevating, evolving, and maybe stepping into new roles, revisiting old projects, kind of figuring out what that looks like. And again, like I said, it's not about, yes, you want to keep the motivation, but as we've kind of talked about in the past, and what is really important, we're going to talk about this week, is how do you keep a steady endurance of like what that looks like with anything when you're feeling stagnant, when you're feeling stuck. I don't know what to do. Maybe you're feeling some resentment and you don't want to keep moving. Figure, okay, take a second, take a step back and say, let me just do a little timeout. What does this look like going to step one? What's your step one? Whatever it might be looking like. So for example, here's my endurance of like when it comes to, like, so we'll get to more of it, but just a quick example. Been a little more intentional with my guitar playing. Like I said, that was a tension that I had. Been steady with it. Hasn't been every single day, but way more than what I've been doing. Like there hasn't been more than 2 to 3 days that I haven't picked up my guitar and at least played at least 15, 20 minutes at the minimum. Usually it turns to an hour because then once I get playing, I'm just playing. But again, it's like, exactly, just fun. The endurance of that is just staying steady with it. There's not necessarily a goal in sight, but naturally just getting better and familiar with the endurance.
Yeah, I pulled my dummy out the other day and just started like drilling on it, and I'm like, oh, I forgot how fun this was just to like mix stuff up, and like it gets me visualizing. So I'm trying to bring that back.
Yes, you're a big visualization person, so you gotta remember that for you. I mean, visualization in general is important. I've been trying to do more for that, but I know for you specifically, you've really talked about that.
I know,
being helpful.
I kind of fell off. This, like in 2025, I kind of fell off on my visualization, which is crazy because, yeah, I used to do that so often. So I'm trying to get back on.
Yeah. So this is about, get back on and staying on. Even in, we got lights that can dim or bright, but we don't want to turn it off. Right. So that's what it is. We'll be getting into that soon. But before we get into that, we're a new season, so now things are about to start kicking off. Competitions are starting, and we got some updates since the last time that we met. So I'm not sure, did you catch any of the RAF wrestling, and did you even know about said event?
No, what is RAF?
So I'm just now, apparently, like, this is 5, right? All right, so Real American Freestyle Wrestling is what it is. And there were some current UFC fighters, some former UFC fighters there, and they had their 5th event last night or yesterday. And I'm just pulling up some results here. Let's see, like Yoel Romero and Bo Nichols, they were supposed to wrestle, but Yoel did not make weight. But I mean, he's an older dude and whatnot. That would have been super cool to see him against Bo Nickel, but that wrestling match did not occur. So, we had Colby Covington, dominated Luke Rockhold wrestling. I think he beat him. It was like 12-0. Yeah, 12-0 according to Yahoo Sports. Covington got that, and then we had Arman from UFC, who was supposed to fight, for the title. And they said, probably had the most dominant win of the night. He won against former PFL and WSOF champion Lance Palmer and a 10-0 in round 1. Like I said, the Yoel and Bo Nickel fight or match did not occur. I'm trying to see if there's any other notable names here.
Yeah, was that a tournament, or is it kind of like set up like a card, like a fight card?
It's kind of like a fight card. Because I don't see anybody. Because I don't think like Covington didn't have a match with anybody else outside of Luke Rockhold.
Okay.
And it looks like Yoel did have a match but it wasn't with Bo Nickel because he missed weight, so he had went up to light heavyweight and ended up losing on a short notice, but that guy beat him. So, yeah, I mean, cool event. It may have been on, I think you could stream it or whatever it was on. So I might have to catch the next event. But it was pretty clear that Armand was pretty dominant. I don't know if we ever see Colby. I don't know if we ever see Colby like fight in the UFC again. He's not. He's talking about, he doesn't know why he's still in the top 15 if he's not a contender necessarily. Like, why is there's nobody else he's not going to be coming back. Mm-hmm. So you can go ahead and release him at some point. But great wrestler. I'm not a fan of Colby Covington, but I'll give credit where credit's due. So it's kind of cool just to see other events like that. Like they're kind of upping, at least like viewing, we have the BJJ, UFC BJJ. We have the CJIs, the flow grappling stuff and all that, but just kind of.
Yeah. There are more events kind of popping up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, speaking of Armand, and I think he had a point, because this goes back to what we were kind of talking about a while ago. Because he had said, he called out the UFC after he won yesterday and said, basically like, yeah, they're protecting Patty, and the UFC's pushing Patty and wants him to be champion. Do you feel like there's some truth to that?
I mean, probably.
The writing's on the wall. I mean, it's pretty obvious that they're wanting Patty to be, they've been wanting him to be champion, marketable. Mm-hmm. It's like, you're never going to get another Conor. You're never going to get another Conor effect like that. At the time he came, what he came with, the charisma and whatnot. But, you get those countries behind you. And even, I don't even think, like, the popularity of Patty, he's still not even bringing in what Islam and Habib bringing in. They're bringing, again, a whole other country.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Patty's just goofy. Just the way he is, the way he gets big, and then the way he slims down. And
I know.
He's just a goofy character.
His name bothered. His name even bothered. Like, can you just, like, Patty? Like, really? Patty? Because I think his real name's Patrick. Like, why don't you just go by your real name?
Oh, really?
I think so. But Patty? Like, he looks like he would have that name, And
it's Paddy.
Right.
So that doesn't make sense.
Patty. Like, you look at him and you're like, okay, like, you look like a dude that would be named Patty.
Yeah, no, he does. It does fit him, even though it's a funny nickname.
Yeah, and then, like, his hair is like, that's like an in-between. It's not like a bowl cut, but kind of.
Almost, yeah.
Yeah. It's like a mid-length bowl cut. Yeah, you can't get yourself beat by a dude named Patty with a mid-length bowl cut. I'm mad if I do. I'd still be mad if I was Chandler, because you didn't get beat. Like I said, you got your ass whooped.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, Patty.
Chandler's still going to be calling for that. What were you going to say?
Patty was big, though, that fight. Like, he looked huge.
He was. He was significantly bigger than Michael Chandler's not a very tall lightweight anyway, but he's pretty stout. Mm-hmm. And yeah, Patty just dwarfed him. And he was coming up a weight class. He was coming from 145, which I'm just kind of like, how the hell did you make 145? Oh,
that's so crazy.
And he would get that big outside of fight camp.
Yeah. I mean, it must be helping him getting that big, though. And then, I mean, it's probably not healthy. It's probably not healthy.
I was like, there's no way.
But, like, being big and then cutting, aren't your muscles used to being big, so you might be a little stronger?
I mean, I guess you'd just be used to, like, carrying that weight, just naturally. But you're not, it's not like he's bulking and then slimming down. Mm-hmm. Just let me get fat. And then,
I don't know. He makes it happen.
I don't know, but I think he is going to beat the brakes off of Gaethje, and I don't like saying that. Gaethje's never been a boring fight. This is not going to be a boring fight, and maybe they're just trying to prep us and I'm pretty sure Gaethje had some staff.
Oh yeah.
Allegedly, that picture was just, that did not look like an ingrown hair to me. That did not look like an ingrown hair. I don't know about him eating BBQ or whatever was on his lip. I don't know about that, but what was on your neck was pretty much looked like a bullet hole, or a bullet wound.
I saw that pic. That was pretty gross.
Like you could put your like a finger. Yeah, that didn't look healthy at all.
Mm-hmm. Nah, gotta take care of that.
Ben Askren last year, y'all. Like, come on.
I couldn't think of his name, but I was like, yeah, the lung transplant.
Yep, you gotta take that staff serious. You just gotta take your cleanliness serious, or even like talked about the little nicks you don't know you have, cuts. Like, as soon as you get scrubbed,
Or wear long sleeves. That's what I do.
I'm not a long sleeve person. I never really have been.
Yeah. I don't like I don't like shaving my legs, so I just wear long sleeves.
Hey, whatever works, As long as, again, protect yourself. Whatever that looks like, just be smart out here, because that shit is scary.
Oh yeah. Yeah, is Ben Askren doing better now?
He looks like looks a little healthier, looks like he's put some weight on. And it's just kind of curious, because that's such a huge risky double lung transplant, and so his immune, you can't get sick, you know what I'm saying, like can't get sick, which is a scary thing. So I'm curious what that's going to look like for his recovery, if he'll ever kind of be able to even be part or even get on the mats again, because that'd just be such a high risk situation if you can't wrestle with other people or like wrestle after other people, if staff would ever be a risk.
Yeah, or just be around people in general. He's probably really isolated now.
I think he could be around people, but
if he doesn't want to get
I don't think
sick,
it'd be like the bubble boy. Yeah, but it'd definitely have to probably limit. It's almost like a newborn baby, maybe. You can't just have anybody around.
We're not doctors. we don't know.
We be trying to guess though. Yeah. I think that was that was an educated guess for the education that I have. I didn't say it was right. It was just an educated guess.
Yeah, stay clean.
Yeah, I don't know if Ryan listens, but shout out Ryan. Ryan, soap. He don't be making us no more soap.
Oh yeah, that was cool when he was making the soaps.
Yeah, we have the different belt colors.
Bring it back, Ryan.
Bring the soap back. Yeah. I do like me a nice soap.
Like bar soap or normal soap?
Well, it depends. I'm a soap in the bottle person. I'm a liquid soap person for my loofah. But I'm not opposed to bar soap either. But the suds gotta be sudden.
Yeah, I feel that. I switch it up every once in a while.
Yeah.
Or if I run out of soap, I just use what I have, and usually it's a bar. until I get more soap. Yeah.
I used to be a bar person, and maybe as I'm thinking about it, I messed with Zest. Is that what it was? Zest?
I don't know.
Zest soap? It's like the Zest, like a turquoise bottle or a bar. Now that bar soap, I might have to get me a bar of Zest. Oh no, reminisce. I did like the smell of that. People are gonna be like, that's not even. That's like somebody being like, oh, I want to give me some Dove. I mean, Dove is some good soap, but I mean, there's better ones out there, but they're expensive. The bottle of soap I have now, what is it? I think it's Native. Is what it is.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Great soap. Yep. Eucalyptus and mint. My jam. Ooh, excellent, but that shit's like $15.
Yeah, I just ran out. I pick lilac flower, and mine just ran out, and I gotta go pick some up. That's expensive.
Yeah, it is. Like I remember, like when I transitioned to get Native, I was just like, whoa, this is almost $15. At the time, it's more expensive now. But I think the first time I got it was like on sale. Maybe it was like $11.99. And I was just like,
I feel like it used to be $8. No way, it's $15.
Yes. Like double.
Dang, Ryan, get back on your soap game.
Yeah, come on, Ryan. I'm saying, but now I might run and start giving me a little zest.
I don't
I don't even need any soap.
I don't even know what that smells like.
I can smell it right now. Fresh. That's what it smells like.
All
Clean.
right. I'll notice when you come in rolling, smelling extra clean.
Smell like zest.
Is that the zest?
That's the zest. I do like a good clean smell. You know, some people like a scent. I mean, that's a scent. I know. It's like you're like, well, yeah, clean is a scent, but it's like, I don't know. Like somebody being like, I have apple cinnamon bath soap or something. Like I'm cool on smelling like food, or you know, or something, or like something sweet. I want to just smell not. I don't want to smell sterile. You know, I just want to smell clean.
No, I feel that.
Cause then you layer it on with other stuff.
No, I don't like sprays. I just like deodorant smell and clean soap smell.
I mean, I'm here for that. See, I just got back into my spray game now. Like I just went and got me some nice little perfume cologne. I need to get some more. But yeah, I like to layer it on. I used to be just like soap, deodorant, and then it was just like natural Deja smell and then hair product. Excellent smells. But now I just like add it on. I added on like, you know, I'm a grown ass adult smell.
Is that why you decided to start spraying? To feel more like a grown ass adult?
I had to go back. I was out here back in middle school feeling like a grown ass adult when my grandma used to give me her perfume samples. 13 years old smelling like a 65-year-old woman.
You're just feeling grown.
I was on my grown shit. Couldn't tell me nothing. I was smelling great too.
Oh, that's funny.
This 13-year-old smelling like Dillard's. Right here. So that's just, smell game.
I felt so grown after driving 8 high schoolers to Dodge City and back.
I bet you did. You also had to monitor. You had to stay with them too, right?
Yeah, it was fun.
Didn't you say you had 6?
I started with 8 and then I had 7. One switched vans, but yeah, I drove 8 down and 7 back.
Woo!
They were good though. Like they were fine. It was just being.
They talked to you the whole time.
A little bit. On the way back, we had one that was talking quite a bit. But it was fine though, because it was keeping me like busy. I was getting too locked in on the road. Like I needed someone talking to me, so that was fine.
That's fair. What was like one of those? It was one of those white vans.
Yeah,
Heck yeah.
It was fine though. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Was that the first time you drove last year too? Didn't you or no?
I drove like 30 minutes last year. So not a long trip, but a little bit.
Oh, okay. I mean, 5 hours, that's a trip.
Yeah.
You are all grown now. Look at you. Dang. You just transitioned. You're transporting 7 to 8 high school kids to a tournament 5 hours away. You're the responsible adult.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
I guess it feels all right. I did it. I was so happy to be home.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
Yeah,
I know that is weird.
I was chewing neurogum all day yesterday. And I was popping one in like every couple hours, keeping me focused.
Staying locked in.
Yep.
Yeah, I need to get me on that.
That's pretty nice. You'll like it.
Yeah. I'm gonna probably have to order me some.
Yeah, you'll lock in.
Locked. Cup of coffee every 2 hours. Isn't that what like one is? Like a cup of coffee?
Yeah, it's 40 milligrams. So a little less than a cup of coffee.
Okay. Like how many milligrams do you think you had yesterday?
No, I don't know. Because I had a little cup of coffee from the hotel, and then I brought my own can of like espresso coffee, and then I was chewing neurogum throughout the whole wrestling meet, and then the whole way home.
Yeah, you were locked.
So I don't know how many pieces I was on. But I need the energy to keep coming.
Yeah, I get that. I get that. I feel like I had my grown moment. I was like already past. Like I was in my first year of my master's when I kind of like had that. I had already competed and everything in college or undergrad, But when I did like a year of coaching, uh, for the college throwers at Emporia, I was driving to like some of the indoor meets and shit, and I was like, this is a different level of responsibility.
Yeah. On the way back, they were like, "Why are you such a perfect driver?" And like I was just driving, but like Carl was in front of us, and you know Carl's driving. But I was just like, I have 8 of you in here with me. Like if I was just by myself, maybe I'd be more relaxed. But I'm like, I'm focusing right now.
Right? I'm responsible for all of you. I'm 10 and 2, using my blinker at 100 yards, or wait, no, it's 100 feet, you know?
When we were like 20 minutes out of Dodge, we were behind a semi, and the passing lanes came up, and there was 4 vans in a row because we were driving with some other school, and Carl just like hit the gas to pass the semi, and I did too, and the cop passed us. Flipped their lights on, and then they flipped them off because I think he saw that, oh, there's 4 school vans, like that's just probably a school. But like I was speeding a little bit, I could have got pulled over right then and there, so I'm so lucky they didn't do that to us.
You fall because you were following Carl's lead.
Yeah,
Gotta be careful. You got minors back there.
yeah, I wasn't like speeding too crazy, but it was just right over the speed limit.
I know. I'm just saying, in the future though, you gotta think about that.
Yeah.
Speed limit. You got minors in the car.
All right.
Gotta be careful.
I mean, that was the only thing that happened.
I know. I'm just saying.
But it was a close call because he could have pulled us over.
We don't want the close call to be the call next time.
But the rest of the trip was fine.
That's good.
No speeding. We didn't.
Sounds like it went smooth.
Yeah.
Right
Yeah.
overall. Where's the next match gonna be?
We got a duel this Wednesday in town, and then we have
nice.
a tournament either Friday or Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're staying busy. Got like a month and a half left of wrestling.
Gonna go quick too. Yeah. Well, like speaking of quick, so again, UFC Paramount is about to start up is it this weekend?
It's the 23rd, 24th, whatever that Saturday is.
Okay, so the following weekend, which is main event, like we were saying, is going to be Justin Gaethje against Paddy for the vacant lightweight, heavyweight championship, not lightweight or light heavyweight. And then we have Kayla Harrison versus Amanda Nunes for the women's bantamweight title for the co-main. And then under that, we have Sean O'Malley, bantamweight fight against Song Yadong. We're going to have Derek Lewis on that card, heavyweight, fighting Waldo Cortez Acosta. And then starting the night off for the main card anyways, we're going to get Arnold Allen and Jean Silva. So that should be really good. This would have been a really cool fight to see. We were supposed to get Alexa Grasso and Rose, but that was canceled.
Yeah, Rose is fighting someone else. I can't remember. But Alexa Grasso is fighting Macy Barber in March.
Okay. Yeah, so on the prelims, Rose is still on the card, but she's going to be the main event for prelims, and she's fighting Natalia Silva.
Okay, yeah, that's what it is.
Actually, that's gonna be an excellent first Paramount card, because which actually I feel like that's a little bit I feel like they should be on the main card, which I'm not really under. I guess I get it, but this seems like they should be on the main card. You also have Umar fighting Figgy, so Davison as the co-main of the prelims.
Yeah. Well, they stacked the whole card, but the fights are starting early, though, right? So maybe they can stack the prelims a little bit more now?
Yeah, so people out there who've, UFC fans, not UFC fans, but you like to watch the fights, I get that. Maybe you never watch the fights. because they've never been free or whatever. But starting out, free pay-per-view. If you have Paramount Plus, make sure you check, see what you need to get. And it's now no longer starting at 9 for the main card. We get to start an hour early. So starting on this card, the main card is going to be starting at 8. So that will be extra nice to have that extra hour.
Yeah, nice for us who are getting old and can't stay up.
Yeah, it gets late. Once you hit about like 10:30, 11, and you still got 2-3 fights left, you're like, all right, or maybe 2. That's just a little too long. Yeah, predictions. Like I said, I think, unfortunately, I'd rather not. But I think it's just built for Patty to win. I think Patty's going to beat Gaethje for the title. And I do think that Kayla's probably going to ragdoll Amanda.
Dang. Well, I think Amanda's going to beat up Kayla. We'll see.
That's a tough one. Yeah, that one's a tough one because, like I said, had Amanda not been in family mode, been retired for the last 2 years, I guess we haven't seen what she's still in shape for most part, but she had to get in shape, but we don't know how out of shape she got. She didn't appear to get body wise wildly out of shape, but again, fighting shape is just completely different. And you've been with your family for 2 years, you've been out of comp mode, you got this Godzilla of a woman in front of you. So had she not had the 2 years in family mode, I'd be like, all right, I might give a slight edge to Amanda because I haven't seen Kayla have to really take a punch. And I do think that Amanda's going to hit her, and we don't know how Kayla's going to react. However, now with Kayla's experience, I think Kayla maybe can take a punch. Maybe Amanda's timing, there might be some ring rust there, and I think if Kayla locks the hands and she gets in, I just think it's over.
Yeah. I mean, Amanda's jiu-jitsu is pretty nice.
Oh, yeah. She's black belt. Been about black belt.
We'll see.
We will see. I just want to see an entertaining fight. I would love to, I don't even like Amanda. You already know. I'll give her respects, but I'm not really an Amanda fan. I'll give her props. I would like to see her beat the brakes off of Kayla because I'm not a big Kayla fan either. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Kayla hasn't done anything for me that's really been and maybe, I don't know. I think it would help if I actually saw her in a dog fight and I saw some skill outside of, if I saw MMA skill, outside of her judo. Obviously she's an amazing Olympic medalist, in judo and grappling. So that's her strength. But when it comes to MMA fighting, like I said, I've never seen her really in a dog fight. I really haven't seen her have to persevere in a fight after being down. I haven't seen somebody even though she's lost one, I haven't seen her get dominated to where we actually see what she has, how can she fight out of that? And if she doesn't have the physical advantage, right? If somebody had the physical advantage over her, how would she respond? I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big person on weight bullies.
Yeah, that would have to be a huge girl to be bigger than Kayla. And there's no way you'd be able to cut down if you're any bigger than what Kayla is right now.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. She walks around comfortably all muscle, 170, maybe even pushing closer to 180. I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe not that big.
She looked real rough before her last fight in the weigh-ins. So, I don't know. Maybe she's doing better about that. Not getting so big.
Well, she said she had to, be locked in for a certain period of time, with her nutritionist because, how, big she... But I'm just how do you... I get you... there's no reason for you to hold that much muscle then.
I know. She's huge.
Yeah. There's absolutely no reason for you to have, hold that much muscle.
Maybe she's, the type of person that just wants to keep getting bigger. They're
out there, Let's just get big. Get big to get big.
I'm too small. It's no, you're not.
Yeah. Yeah. We do know him. So, oh no. I just wrote the note. I saw somebody doing the shadow box around it last week, and I died.
Yeah.
It was on. That'll never get old. Never get old at all. But yeah, we'll see. And then O'Malley is fighting. I think that's gonna be a really great fight too. I think it's gonna be closer than people think. I think people are automatically kind of giving the favor to O'Malley, but I think Song Yadong is his name. Respect to the name, and it's also a funny sounding name. Just the way me saying Song Yadong. I think he's gonna be competitive.
Yeah, I don't know what Sean wrote. This has been a while ago, but he's like, I don't beat my dong, but I'll beat ya dong.
Of course, Sean would say that. I wouldn't expect anything less. I know he like I get it. It's not an American name, so I want to be, respect. And again, facts are facts. Song Yadong, that's a funny sounding name when you say it out loud. Well, speaking of going back to wrestling, it's been a wrestling content, let's say we'll follow more back up on some UFC, but did you see Rafael Lovato, NAIA, at 42 years old? What are your thoughts on this?
He did good, right? He won 3
He
matches.
did. Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of crazy having 42-year-olds go back to wrestle or compete just in general.
Yeah. Yes. So for those of you who are unfamiliar, jiu-jitsu legend Rafael Lovato Jr., multi-world champion in jiu-jitsu and a former Bellator MMA champion, has decided to get into college wrestling at the age of 42. Now, I'm not necessarily going to be an ageist. I don't like, do what you do. Like I said, I'm approaching 40, and I'm still feeling all right. And I do think there's, we got to talk about it, y'all. It's older people. As we're getting older, just in general. Even if you still can do it, and even if maybe you're doing well and you can still compete, I'm just a believer, like, some stuff, it just should be where it's at in development. It should just stick to where it's at. Like, that's not for your 40-some-year-old ass who's been out here grappling grown-ass men for the last 2-some decades to then go and grapple 18, 20-some-year-olds. Let them have that experience.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy. Like, I kind of want to go back and wrestle. Like, if I had eligibility, I would consider it. But it wouldn't be fair. Like, knowing what I know and just being a grown-ass adult with that strength, that is not fair to college kids.
He has some grown-ass man strength, and I don't know if there's ever been any PED accusations or anything out there on him. But also, even, like I said, even if you were able to compete with, like, if he's able to, obviously he's able to compete with them, and they can compete with him, it's just for the kids. I don't know. I'm just like, he didn't have his eligibility. Like you said, like, maybe if you had your eligibility left, but, like, you had your time and, your eligibility, you're 18 to 22 or 18 to 24. Hell, some people now, they got the extra COVID year. So some people, they have people now be like, oh, they're on their 7th year, and you're like, whoa. And it kind of hits different when you're like, oh, this 27-year-old is competing against these 19-year-olds. A 42-year-old going back. I just think he could go to the RAF, right? We were talking about the real American freestyle.
Why isn't he doing that? Like, why?
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're taking a college spot. You might be taking a scholarship away from a potential. Like, that's just where my mind goes.
Yeah.
I'm like, clearly you could probably still compete with them. You want to test yourself. I'm not hating on any of that. I just think but you are taking away an opportunity from, like, a younger person that, like, should have that spot in development.
Yeah, I don't get why he doesn't go wrestle adults or, like, older dudes.
Yeah,
Or
I don't
go
know.
grapple more. You know, like why are you switching to wrestling? That's wild.
Yeah, he wants to go to wrestle. So according to MMA Junkie, the four-time IBJJF world champion has officially made his college wrestling debut. Lovato was eligible to join the team at Oklahoma City University, so OCU, and he competed in the NAIA division at the NWCA/USMC National Dual Meet Championship this last weekend. Normally competing around 218 pounds in jiu-jitsu, he faced much younger and heavier wrestlers at 285, which I mean, that's pretty, that's, goes
Dang.
risky.
Mm-hmm.
He fared well. He went 3-2 in his first ever folk style wrestling tournament, getting wins by major decision 11-2, decision 9-6, and 1 by pin. His team at Oklahoma City ended up finishing 7th in the NAIA division. He said afterwards, OCU wrestling wins an All-American team trophy for the first time in over a decade, and I got to be a part of it.
That could be a movie, like somebody's dad going back to college.
Okay, then listen to this. Okay, so here's another dynamic, right? We're like, yeah, that we could compete, but there's teams, So it's like, he goes, this was unlike anything I had ever been a part of in my career. The energy of the team and the drama of the matches was insane. I had so much fun and learned a lot about the combat art of wrestling. The speed and technique is so much different, and it was incredible to learn how to adapt my skills while in the heat of battle. And at the end of it, I went 3-2 and gained a lifetime experience in 2 days, from winning to the end to losing to the end, to a cruise control victory to trying to come back from a major mistake. The best way was how it all ended, though. Me getting my first pin in our 7th place winning duel. I will cherish this memory for the rest of my life. And so I'm like,
that's so wild.
Bro, your team is, again, a bunch of 19, 20, 24, whatever year old. Like, that's a team dynamic. Mm-hmm. Don't you, think about your rowing team, right? You got your coaches. Cool, yeah, we said we rode well, oh yeah, killed that. Strides were strong. And then imagine, like, you got somebody in their 40s or even maybe near their 50s, like, not your coach, but your teammate, like, yeah, let's go. Yeah, we're on team trips together. We're staying in hotels together and stuff. But now, mind again, we got friends who are older, so I'm not saying nothing. That's not what I'm saying, but a team.
Yeah, no, that would be strange. I would be annoyed. If I was 20 years old, I'd be annoyed if somebody's mom was on my team.
Yo, can somebody get Karen out of here, please?
She's messing up the boat.
Messing up the boat. Dang. No, I don't want to go out for snacks afterwards.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That is strange, though. But it's kind of funny because I see that excitement in the high schoolers of winning their first pin. And that's funny that he's experiencing that as a 42-year-old dude.
Yeah. I'm never going to rain on somebody's parade, them on their shine and joy. And y'all, look, there's a time and place for stuff. And sometimes you just got to know that, like, maybe my time has passed in that. Just because I'm feeling good or whatever, it might just be time for me to deviate to other challenges and maybe look at it in a different way. Mm-hmm. I don't need to be a part of a college team.
So you wouldn't go back and throw?
No. I could look, here's the thing. If I wanted to go back and throw, you know what I could do? I could compete as an unattached athlete. I could go. I could sign up today, right, for an indoor track meet if I wanted. Get my throwing shoes on, get me a little throwing implement. It might not go well, right? I haven't thrown a decade plus, but I could do it. But I wouldn't be a part of a team.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be weird to see you with a bunch of college kids.
Yeah, you know what I mean? In the same uniform and everything, high-fiving and stuff, and I'm not the coach. Like, yeah, it's just a little strange. Mm-hmm. Like, thinking, like, when they party, does he go out with them? You know what I'm saying?
Or do they go
out with the boys
to his house?
Yeah. I'm just curious with the dynamic.
Yeah, that would be funny.
We know it's not. Yeah. It's not just the sport; it's the whole experience that you're having as a college kid.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it would be fun to go back and wrestle.
I'll support you.
Tear some
And I'll be
girls
like,
up.
Michaela, I was like, you better not be going out with the team to go party nowhere. I was like, you better just go compete.
Nah, that is strange. Like I'm 10 years older than the wrestlers, and even them like trying to hang out with me, I think's a little off. So that is weird. Like somebody that's 10 years older than me doing the same thing.
I'm just saying, I'm almost there.
Mm-hmm.
I got what, 8 on you?
Mm-hmm.
Now if I'm sitting here, and mind you, if I'm sitting there and like, let's say I was like, not going out, that's cool. But if I'm trying to be on a team with like Lauren, you know what I'm saying? That's just me and Lauren on a college team together. Shout out, Lauren. She would probably find that strange too.
Yeah.
Like, am I your teammate, or is Deja my teammate, or is she my mentor?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's funny, like your perspective, because at first I was like, oh, cool, like he can compete with 20-year-olds, but now I'm like, yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, we were talking about it yesterday, and like Rich was talking, he's like, this guy has been grappling with grown men. Mm-hmm. I was like, right, like he just has like it's like just a whole different. Like I said, if he was going like, if he could like go to these meets and like compete like an unattached, like I want to go and compete at NAIA as an unattached wrestler or whatever, like cool, like yeah, like test yourself, that's awesome. But him being attached to a college team, I think is what threw me off.
Yeah, is he going to school? Like, does he have a scholarship?
That's what I'm saying. He has to be.
What?
You can't compete. You can't rep the team if you're not enrolled.
Mm-hmm.
And also you have to be enrolled to have eligibility. So he's definitely going to, I don't know what he's studying.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just a wild adventure for a 40-year-old.
Hey, everybody out here live a little, I guess.
Yeah.
Damn. All right. Well, are there any other events or anything coming up that maybe we missed?
Something that happened last week, Holly Holmes, she fought Stephanie Han in a boxing match.
Oh yeah, how'd that go?
She managed the first 2 rounds, but then she started getting pieced up.
Dang.
Yeah.
So she lose by decision?
Mm-hmm.
At least she was out there.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's just...
Didn't she do wrestling like 2 months ago?
Yeah, she just did wrestling. It's kind of wild. She's like going everywhere right now, testing everything out.
Hey, do you, Holly, go back to, as long as you're still... As long as she's not just like taking a beating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just for the sake of competing.
Yeah. It's kind of wild. She's another like 42-year-old who's still out there trying new things.
In great shape, right? Above the average for your average 40-some-year-old woman, athlete. And it'd be crazy if Holly Holm was like trying to go back to college, being like, I'm gonna be a part of this boxing club. Like what?
Or even wrestling if she decided she wanted to wrestle.
That'd be crazy.
Oh, that would be wild. Being on the same team as Holly Holm.
She did say, I saw something, I think maybe it was a few weeks ago or something, where she was saying how she would welcome a rematch with Ronda. And I'm like, Ronda don't want that smoke.
Yeah, I saw that
again.
Too. Yeah. We haven't heard anything from Ronda in a while. Like, I haven't heard any news.
Not since the rumbling when she came in, when she was talking smack on Joe Rogan and talking about the fans, and people were, what was it? Up Habib's ass because he's an undefeated fighter, or he retired undefeated. And it was like just total lack of self-awareness.
Yeah. That's all we needed to hear.
I mean, you can go disappears. We'll see you again someday, Ronda. But, we're good on hearing it. Because after she came out with that, then I feel like it was like a week or two where just like I saw on Reddit, just like a smear campaign of just pulling up her old fights where she got knocked out.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, you can't promote your comic book and then just talk shit about your fans, Ronda.
Yeah. Come on. Didn't learn.
Didn't learn.
Damn. Anything else coming up? Like, so you had Holly.
And the Macy Barber fight and Alexa Grasso's happening, I think in March. They
Oh,
announced that
nice.
it's going to be their second fight.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I just saw that because somebody was trolling Macy, which I was like, that was funny because that was a terrible fight for her. When they fought the first time, she would basically just looked like she was shadow boxing.
No.
Because she was just like, and like every time she get close, she just throw a little, but like no contact, and it was like, I was like, dang, you never really seen somebody shadow box in a fight before. What she did. So the rematch will be interesting. I think Alexa's got her again.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's all I've seen though coming up.
Yeah, I don't think they've announced anything else recently.
I did see that Fiona's having like a Costa Rica like grappling retreat thing, and I looked into it and it's $3,500 for 4 days.
Dang.
Like, no.
Dang. A quick 3,500. Damn.
Yeah.
Is it like is everything included? Like room and board, meals?
I don't know. I didn't look into it too far. But
3,500 is crazy.
yeah, I just saw that and I was like, dang. The thought of going sounds awesome, but
gotta play to win. Get that lottery ticket.
Yeah. I don't like gambling.
Well,
we're just giving our money away. If everybody kept all their money and didn't gamble, we wouldn't be feeding the government money.
I mean, they'd get it other ways.
You're right. But after going to Vegas and seeing hundreds of people just gambling for hours, all those cowboys just gambling, just feeding the machines. Like, if all those cowboys didn't gamble all their money that night, you know how much money would be saved and not fed to the casinos and the government?
You're right. That shit was kind of funny though and scary at the same time. When we left to go to catch our flight, that was like what, 3 a.m?
Yeah.
Like walking downstairs and just seeing people's eyes is what took it out. They just had like dead eyes, like they almost like didn't want to look at you, but the way they look at you, you're like, whoa. Like, you've had a night.
Yeah. And they were still gambling.
Just ding, ding. Just keep pushing the button.
Yeah. Like, oh, I won 15 cents. Let's keep playing.
Yeah, that shit's wild. I mean, I know, but I don't know. Gotta get it somewhere. Trying to figure it out. Money schemes.
Someone.
We manifesting.
Yeah, someone's gonna
It's
win.
here. Us. One of us. Is gonna win. Facts.
Yeah, manifest it. Throw it out there.
Ready.
Yeah, if you won, do you think you'd do some crazy stuff, though? Or do you think you're...
100%.
Okay, well, maybe it's not the time.
I'd have to while out for at least 48 hours. I don't know what it looked like, but I don't know.
Yeah. I get...
Something would switch for 48 hours.
Like, I feel like I'd be fine, but just thinking about that freedom you'd have with all that money, I might wild out, too. I don't know.
You gotta wild out. You know, first let me consult with my attorney, you know, shout out baby Danielle, and be like, yo, just know you need to be on speed dial because I'm gonna have a 48 hours, and just in case something goes down, I need to be able to call you.
Dang, I'd probably just be online shopping. I'd be like, all right, I'm getting my steel drum. I'm getting an electric guitar. I'll get a new car. Bye.
Yeah, I would. And then I'd probably have even though I'd have the money, I'd probably like have like a mini panic attack because of the amount of money I just probably blew in 48 hours. Like, oh my gosh.
But if you had millions, you'd be fine.
I know, but just the initial, if you spent like just 6 figures in 48 hours, that's some wild stuff. Like, you've never had that amount of money just pass through your hands in 48 hours.
Yeah, that would be wild. Yeah, but if you're a millionaire, who cares? You know?
You would be, but you wouldn't have time to like, you wouldn't have fully absorbed that yet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still like, feeling like I'm in my 5 figure a year position. If you went up to 7, you wouldn't know how to act. Yeah.
Well,
But
maybe in a couple of years we'll be ready for it and it'll come. We got to give it time.
I think so. I'm ready when the universe says that I'm ready. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's coming.
So that's a great segue, actually. Anything else fight wise?
No.
Okay. Enlighten one segue topic of the week, right? It was like, what does this look like? It's all going to happen. Endurance, movement. Endurance requires steady movement. So, like, what does this mean? Capricorn season, as we said, is still upon us. And this continues to remind us that mastery comes from repetition.
Yeah.
So, I will say, I have noticed, I know your back's been out, but I have seen you be more intentional with starting to play some more guard.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been repeating dogfight in my head since I got stuck in half guard a month or so ago.
Yep, just repetition. Keep it moving.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been thinking about it more, so I think that's helping.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of trying to avoid it, I'm embracing it. I'm like,
That's
all
the
right.
endurance. That's right. Steady movement. You're out here.
I gotta be.
See? And then we even said earlier in the episode, artwork, you had a little more time during break, but it's still on your mind.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to get, and that's still that's part of the steadiness of the movement of, again, transitioning yourself out of the blue belt phase of your artwork and into a purple belt.
Yeah, I'm trying to be more consistent. Like, that's my goal, is really just to do everything a little bit once a week. Instead of ignoring it for weeks at a time, Like, I'm just trying to do a little bit here and there.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that. For Jits, for myself, I've really been like an intentional flow state. Like, I've been like flow rolling, but it's more so been, I said, not forcing stuff, but also being like offensive. And it's kind of like helping me be just seeing stuff quicker and tightening things up. Like, I'm really, really sharpening up stuff. And because I'm flowing intentionally, my chain work is just, I've definitely noticed kind of a difference over the last like week of just kind of, I'll throw like 3-4 submissions up right now versus like 1 or 2.
Yeah, that's awesome. Do you think that's because you're more relaxed? You're just letting it flow?
I think so. Like, the feeling of being more relaxed has actually made me feel sharper.
Good. That's so cool. Like, I'm seeing that in the high schoolers too. Like, if they're coming at it chill and in a positive attitude and having fun with it, like, they're chaining. They're chaining their moves together. They're doing pretty good. But as soon as they start thinking about it and getting in their head, that's when they kind of stop and go back to old patterns and get pinned.
Yeah, that's what happens. You do, again, like the steady movement, but you can't, it's not like forcing it, right? That's like in the endurance, it's not forced endurance, but it's like being repetitive with it and still being in the active presence. Like, I've even noticed that, like I said, when I've been playing guitar, like trying to, at least, I've avoided it for so long. I'm like, it's so hard. Like, I don't, I'm just a little hobbyist. Like, and I'm not good at all, but I like to play. But I've been trying to, like, I really want to at least try to start learning how to fingerstyle play, and like, but it's just such a hard concept, to get that down. And so finally I was like, okay, let me just force myself, because I had to remember, like, when I first got my guitar, it took me, I'm not even kidding, probably took me like an hour to actually tune the damn thing.
Yeah. Oh, I feel you. I'd ask my mom to teach me things, and she'd be like, you gotta tune your guitar first. I'm like, I can't. I didn't know which way to turn the knob to tighten the string. Like, I would loosen them when I needed to be tightening them. I just kind of gave up when I was a kid, but.
See, yeah, it gets frustrating. So I was like, I learned, so I was like, okay, let me try to pick an easier song and then just start, instead of trying to learn the whole song, let me just see if I can like start and learn the first 2 bars of the song
Mm-hmm.
with getting the finger picking. So I noticed like as I was starting, it was like frustrating at first. And then, okay, at the end of the 45 minutes of me kind of working with this, and it was getting a little easier. But then I noticed as soon as I would start paying, like hyper focusing, I'd lose the pattern.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, if I was completely out of focus and then just trying to do it, I'd lose the pattern still. So there had to be this like balance of intentional but not forced
Mm-hmm.
presence to keep the steady flow going.
Is that the flow state or the muse? Like that presence.
Dang, what's the muse?
Isn't that, I mean, I don't know. I can't explain it, but that's when I think that's finding your flow state. The muse comes and lets you enter that state of mind.
Okay.
I don't know,
Well, yeah.
Google it and find a better explanation, but
Let me see. The muse to the flow state.
But I felt that when I was painting, I think a week or two ago, I sat down and I started working, and then I really kind of got sucked in. I'm like, oh, this is the muse visiting me. Like I'm entering my flow state, and it felt really nice.
Yeah. See? And then, you just kind of like lock in. I don't think I'm seeing muse, but the muse is like let's see, or the 4 stages anyway, flow state according to this troyersling.com would be, in order to do this through, you must understand the different stages of flow and how these collectively comprise the flow cycle. So based off of research of Harvard cardiologist Herbert Benson, collectively the 4 stages in the flow cycle: struggle, release, flow, and recovery. So as I was finger style doing my finger picking and stuff, as soon as I noticed that I'd lose it, and then I noticed even maybe frustration, like, oh, and I'd lose it more, I'd like, right, stop, reset,
Mm-hmm.
come back to my presence, and then start back up again.
Nice.
Start back up again, get back into my flow. But it's like, I think meditation has also kind of been helping me with that, of like lightly being able to, like, in times where I'm feeling maybe more tense or I'm feeling irritable or whatever, I'm able to kind of not necessarily lock in, but kind of like gently separate myself from that feeling a little bit to kind of like do like a quick brief reset.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Oh, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I need to come over and listen to you play.
I don't sing, I know. Emily, I like my concerts dedicated to Zoe, my number one girl, ride or die. I get shy playing, but I will play some. I got a couple songs. I got a list. So
Oh,
I got
dang.
a guitar. I got a guitar lineup now of things I can play.
Mm-hmm.
The singing's gonna come on the back end, but I can play.
I mean, you don't have to be a singer, you know.
But that's the next thing I'd like to
Oh,
be
cool.
able to. Yeah, I'd like to be able to, hit a tune as I'm playing. Yes. So like kind of thinking about, that everybody of, and just in general, whether, like I said, it's the collective energy going on, stuff that you can't control, the things that you can control, you're feeling frustrated, you're feeling like, just take a step back sometimes and like, more so like, am I distracting myself? Am I being avoidant? How can I be more present? So again, even if I'm not seeing results or maybe immediate changes or things happening, it doesn't mean it's not happening. You just have to keep it moving in some way. Like whatever that looks like, wherever, anywhere, don't succumb to the frustration. Don't succumb to the burnout feelings. Don't succumb to just feeling stuck. You still got to figure out how to move and when to move.
Yeah, I've been listening to, I finished Atomic Habits, and they were saying, in that book, it was saying how you just need to get 1% better every day. And by the end of the year, you'll be 37% better than what you were at the beginning. And I'm like, okay, just 1%. That's just a little bit of time.
Yep.
So that's what I've been telling myself, just a little bit here and there.
I'm here for that. And you can't be in the 1% while thinking about the 37%, right? Like that means you're not being present. You got that 1% is your 1% that day.
Yeah.
or that week, whatever that looks like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it doesn't have to happen all at once. Because that's what, like, I get stuck when I'm like, oh, I want to be here now, or I want to do this now. But it's like, nah, it'll come. You just got to work towards it.
Yep. And that's right. And that's the most important. You got to work towards it. Like, it's not just going to come. And I think that's the other thing that people get like the frustration about too. Like I said, like here we are where we're coming upon that third week where you tend to like, I've been at crunch the last couple of weeks has been on and popping. People feeling like new year, new me. But after about that third, fourth week, you start kind of seeing some of those new people or whatever start to kind of drown out because that new year's motivation is gone. And so, like I said, if you're just relying on the motivation, you're just relying on the results for that 1%, you're just going to continue to be stuck or just continue affirming old patterns.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to stay motivated, especially during the winter right now.
Yeah. So, but use the endurance. That's the part. That's the endurance, right? If Michaela and I, if we went to jujitsu only when we were motivated, I know personally I'm not gonna be going as much as I would as I go if I had to be motivated.
Mm-hmm. I know, like I feel motivated maybe once or twice a week, maybe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And sometimes the motivation doesn't even come until like after I went. I was like, oh yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, no, I feel that sometimes. I'll practice and then I'll be like, all right, I can go to the store now. I feel good. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly. And so, the motivation can come in spurts, like I said, but the steady movement is what is going to continue making the difference. So don't put it down. Like I said, the guitar, I'm not going to put it down. I'm just going to keep playing. And I'm not going to not be better because I'm going to keep doing that. Like jiu-jitsu, like, you're going to keep working on your guard and sharpening that up, but that's not going to not get better the more you continue to do that. Like I said, your artwork's going to be continuing to get better. The more you do that, like I said, for me and like my career zone, like I'm going to continue investing in that, continue doing what I need to do to keep moving forward and elevating in ways that I want to move. And then just collectively out here in these streets, we're going to keep moving as we can and not getting bogged down and getting discouraged because there's a lot of things that you can't control, but there are a lot of things that you can. So don't rely on the spurts of motivation, find your endurance.
Yeah. And it's Year of the Horse. So
that's right. We running.
Yeah, all of us are running.
We running. And what do we know about motivation? Right? What we know about or endurance. You work up to it. Mm-hmm. You don't just walk outside and be like, all right, about to bust out this 4.5 minute mile, and you ain't never ran. You might never even reach a 4.5 mile. Even if you train to do run.
Yeah, who does?
But
who does that? Who runs a 4.5? Yeah, normal people aren't doing that.
But the point is, right, you got to build that endurance. It's the same thing as like when we get back into the weight room. Mm-hmm. If you've missed a week or missed a couple weeks or it's been a while and you get back in that weight room, you really hit it like that first day. It's a long 24 to 40. Actually, it's a long 24 to 72 hours.
Yeah. I played basketball with the wrestlers last week. My calves were sore that whole week. I got blisters on my feet and my calves were so sore. Yeah. But I haven't played since we played that one time like 3 years ago. So
that was 3 years ago.
So my endurance wasn't there.
Right? Yep. Same. Yeah. I remember when like back in the day, I used to hate it. Like for off-season basketball, like we'd have to like condition. And so part of like our conditioning was we'd have to run 2 miles. I didn't like running a mile.
Sucks.
Like, what do you mean? Yeah, 2. And it was like cross country 2 miles. It wasn't like 2 miles on the track. It was like run around the school and all off the school, and like all this stuff. I remember like those first like week or two, it's like I taste pennies every time I run because my lungs are bleeding right now. I think like my endurance was terrible. I want to stop doing this, but I wasn't going to build the endurance. I didn't think the 2 miles was still ridiculous. However, as we that sucked. Endurance is not just, I'm going to start off doing this and I feel amazing, but I didn't taste pennies after 2 weeks after continuing to do it.
Mhm. Yeah, that's always such a good feeling when you start getting in shape. You're like, oh, this used to be really hard, but now it's becoming easy for me.
Exactly. Because you push through the threshold, right? If
Mhm.
like, if you were just to stop, be like, I don't want to do this anymore, then you just, again, you're going to have to start back at square one.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah, I'm kind of just getting back into lifting now because I kind of been slacking for the past few months, but I'm taking it so slow because
You have to.
yeah, it's been a while and I'm out of shape, so I'm trying to, or out of lifting shape, so I'm trying to get back
But
into it.
in all fairness, right? Like, you came back, you had a lot of, you had some injury, you got sick, like getting back into things. So, like we've talked about too, sometimes you have to have a necessary rest
Mm-hmm.
and recovery, but that's still part of the endurance, right? That
Mm-hmm.
goes
Yeah, that's true.
into it as well. And so it's like when you're stopping, when that feels like the best option, if I stopping or am I resting and recovering? I think that's one of those things for people to maybe ask themselves in that. Like I said, for you, it was rest and recovery. If you were going to try to get out there and lift and push things, you're going to be out longer than you were out because your
Mm-hmm.
body needed to recover.
Yeah, no, you're right. I've been doing a lot of arms or chest, I just been dumbbell press.
Yep, that's right. Shout out Sam. Saw him this weekend on Saturday. I know I asked him, I was like, you still getting in the weight room? He's like, yeah, he's trying. Again, like he's dealing
Mm-hmm.
with his knees, about to have surgery coming up for that. But he's still getting his upper body stuff, and doing again what he can. And um, I'm sure that's not easy.
Yeah.
But I don't think, as we know with Sam, when we've seen him, he's not moping around right now. He's
Mm-hmm.
coming in, doing what he's doing. There's a plan ahead. And again, keeping the endurance, just keeping it moving.
Yeah, yeah, and he's still showing up too, even with the bum knee. Like he's still there and watching, and like just being there with us and chilling with the team.
Yep. Facts. You build that. Like I said, go back to Ron. We look at Ron. Ron has had decades of building endurance of like just keep showing up regardless. Like, dude was out. He couldn't even roll for like 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But you saw him.
Yeah, he was there doing his little exercises every single night, stretching, taking care of himself.
The endurance of it. And just get back in. So just like I said, like, ask yourself, am I resting? Am I recovering? Or am I stopping? Stopping, sometimes it does seem like the best option. But just to remember, go at your pace, but keep a pace.
Mm-hmm.
You can slow the pace down, you can speed the pace up, but just don't stop it, because again, that's where those old patterns just continue to affirm themselves, and you don't get out of your own way. So remember that. All right.
All
Are you
right.
ready? And line ones, get locked in, take a little breaths. Okay, get grounded. It's time for us to get zenned out.
All right, Zen.
Okay, yeah. Got a little double note action.
Yeah.
Nice little melody.
Thanks. I just play.
Okay. All right. Well, I felt the weight and heaviness, good heaviness, just feeling locked in, come over me during that excellent play by Michaela. Enlightened ones, I hope you are feeling the exact same way as we get into the Zen talk of river flow today. What does that mean, right? We've continued to talk about flow state. We've talked about Bruce Lee's philosophy, be like water, right? You just adjust, you're flexible, non-rigid. But think about water in a river, right? The flow of a river and the endurance of a river. So a river moves the way it's meant to while always remaining steady. So at times there's going to be areas where there's rushing water. Like that, dang, that river's getting it down there.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be times where you're like, wow, I could just sit here with this calm stream of river water passing me all day because it's so serene and just sounds like a little trickle, right? There can be even points in time, little pockets where even that river flow it's not necessarily stagnant, but it's not moving anywhere, but it's still kind of like circulating in that particular area because that's kind of where it needs to be in order to kind of filter out to move on.
Little
But the
whirlpool.
point, yep, the little whirlpool. But the point is, right, the river is still at a steady pace of endurance. It doesn't stop, and it does what it's meant to do at paces at the time that it's supposed to be doing said paces.
Yeah, the water's gonna keep
Hmm.
flowing.
That's right. And sometimes, like I said, sometimes it's necessary for the water to rush. Sometimes you need a little extra chaos, but it still remains in its path.
Dang. Yeah.
It is, you know. Also, you know, we come back to the importance of presence that requires that you don't check out. So, like the act of the river is again, when it's doing what it's meant to do, it's being present. If I'm checked out, if I'm not necessarily distracting, but I'm avoiding, I'm exiting out of flow state. I'm exiting out of that awareness, and now I'm entering more into tension. I'm entering more into fear. I'm entering more into maybe resentment and resistance, maybe to move past things that do make me feel uncomfortable or that I have a fear about. The river just keeps going, and at times the rushing of the river isn't needed, but maybe it needs to slow down and like trickle down, but we still need to continue to keep that same pace. And over here in the whirlpool with the stagnant, right, the filtering out of stuff, what do I need to filter out in that endurance so it doesn't kick back out into the stream and continue to pollute my stream?
Are we the river, or is the river our energy?
Energy.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the energy. So here's a good example for myself. Part of this whirlpool and some of the stuff I need to filter out. This is why I'm out here with Heather T these days. You know, shout out. Get myself in my therapy. We gotta adjust some things. We gotta get rid of some old patterns. So I had to visit this filter, you know? And we gotta get in there, whirl it around, and start filtering out some things for okay. And then some of those things going to enter into a nice stream, and then at some point it's going to be some rushing energy, and it's meant to be rushing energy, but I don't want it to be destructive.
Mm-hmm.
How do you use it?
The energy?
Yeah, that's your question, right? It's just for the question of yourself. How do I use this energy? What does that energy look like for me? Like that's not destructive. Like we were kind of talking about. I don't know if we talked about it earlier in the pod or we were talking about it right before we got on. But let's say nothing wrong with being angry. That's energy. You don't want to be destructive in your anger, and I also don't want to be constricted and confined by my anger. But I want to use said anger energy wise in something.
Mm-hmm.
So what am I going to do with that energy, right? Again, that's not destructive, but using it in healthy ways. And how present and aware am I that that is the energy that I'm carrying? Like I don't want to sit there and have the energy of rushing water in my serene zone. It's not needed. That's not me being present. I'm just being kind of careless at that point and more reactionary, not in my flow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just visualizing the river. I'm getting lost in the visualization.
But you're lost, but you're with me in the visual.
Yeah, I'm with
'Cause
you.
you're locked in.
I'm just thinking, like, if the rivers are energy, we're feeling like the river's always flowing everywhere. So even where it's still, even where it's like rushing, even where it's filtering, like that's always going to be the river. So like that's always going to be our energy. So we're always got conflicting energies going on. Like you can't just
Yeah.
be the rushing energy because the river's always going to be rushing right there and flowing. I don't know.
Facts.
I'm just trying to fit the two
No,
together.
it's facts. It's the endurance again, like the endurance of the river flow. The river is not forcing, but the river is doing what it's meant to do. And there's always energy out, and we're not in the rushing part of the river isn't aware of the serene, calm part of the river, but the calm, serene part of the river isn't aware of the chaos river. But they're still, in a sense, they're still operating together.
What would the ocean be? Because the rivers always flow and meet the ocean.
Yeah. I think like the ocean, there's not necessarily a stream to an ocean as much as there's more of like the waves and just kind of like the constant movement.
Dang. So that river water entering the ocean is going to eventually end up back in the river. Eventually.
Again, it's all connected.
Mm-hmm.
And what you put in goes to everything. It's just like when you feed yourself. Whatever this super double fried corn dog at this gas station is sounding flame right now. So then you eat it. Well, then you just messed up everything internally. That then is going to mess up everything externally. It's all connected. I'm feeling bloated. Like, I'm not feeling motivated. Maybe I'm feeling a little greasy. So now I'm just going to be a little extra lazy today. Maybe that impacts the kind of conversation and creativity I was going to have. You're like, it's not that deep, Deja, but it is. Mm-hmm. Think about the times where you just kind of rattle off certain things because you had a certain type of energy level. Now, if I'm impacting my energy level by the nutrients I'm putting in my body, I'm doing myself a disservice within my creativity zone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
no, you're right.
It's important. Yeah. Your river flow is important. You were in your calm river water that was needed, but there was essence of you trying to put in your rushing river water there for a second when everything happened with your knee.
Yeah. Yeah, my water was rushing. It's probably swirling too.
Yeah. And what it was, where you were at, what your body and your energy was at, was like, we just need to be calm right now.
Yeah.
Just let the water happen. Or we can't be in our rush mode right now.
Mm-hmm.
We're not on that side of the river right now.
Yeah. I hate when you're feeling that rushing energy, but you can't use it.
Yeah. Right. So then you got to just reframe and be like, this is the energy I'm meant to be in right now. Mm-hmm. So what does that look like within my flow?
Yeah. Yeah. And we've all been on rushing water lately. I feel like this past month has been a little calmer.
Maybe a little bit.
Like here and there. Or at least like I felt pretty calm this month. But before, I felt pretty rushy.
I was feeling pretty amped post New Year's.
Mm-hmm.
I've had some energy.
Yeah, you have been like extra. Oh, it's so funny when you come into class and you're just like, oh! Like you can feel the energy coming off of you.
I know. It's just there. I don't even know.
And it's honorary energy too.
It is. Embrace it. I like learn how to use it,
Mm-hmm.
Be more playful.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm already a playful person, but be more in my playful bag with the honorary energy. Yeah.
That's fun.
It is, yeah. So, enlightened ones, we are reiterating, find your river flow. Where's my energy at? What's needed? It's what's meant to be is what's meant to be in that moment. How present am I? How aware am I in that? And what does this look like to enter in to continue contributing to my endurance with steady movement? And the steady movement is, again, whatever is supposed to be within that river flow at that particular time. So don't resist it. Don't get stagnant in it. Don't get constricted, lost in the sauce with it. And as Michaela said, what's your 1%?
Just one.
Just what's the 1%? Yeah. And go there. And you don't even have to reassess, reflect, just 1%. But at the end of this year, if you put that 1% in, whatever that looks like, whatever you got going on, again, guaranteed you're not going to be in the same spot that you were. when you first started.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And things, when they're feeling hopeless and they're feeling grim and things out there, lean on your people. That's also steady movement too. The endurance, when we talk about relationships, the endurance of friendships. I mean, I can go off on a whole tangent with that. Like we get busy, we have stuff that's coming on, but we all have to be intentional with continuing to maintain and maintenance those relationships. Again, like those relationships take us a mode of endurance too. And you don't just want to stop fostering and cultivating those relationships and kind of keeping those communities close in need when things are feeling bleak and you're feeling burnt out and stuff. So just know your peeps and maintain and endure those connections because that's important too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like I've been trying to be more intentional about just being in a better mood so that way people can talk to me and I'm not just blowing them off.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. Trying to be better.
Just showing up,
Yeah.
we all out here trying. That's all we can do. Just do your best, push yourself and challenge yourself. Well, before I get to this quote, you got anything else?
No. I don't
No?
think so, no.
All right. All right. Well, enlightened ones, our quote for this week as we continue rounding out and getting further into January is, does anybody really think that they didn't get what they had because they didn't have the talent or the strength or the endurance or the commitment? Nelson Mandela. To answer his question, if you do think that, it's just not true. You get to where you're at because you did something. I don't care if it was like I was playing video games and I beat this level I couldn't beat before. That takes a level of endurance. We're not talking about just breathing and like literal physical endurance. We're talking about mental, physical, emotional kind of like endurance. You persevered. I just didn't get frustrated because I couldn't figure out this code or figure out the best way to beat the boss to get to this level. You continued to show up. That was something you achieved. That takes a level of commitment. We can have a different definition of what that looks like. No judgment over here, but that's just facts. You had a level of commitment.
Yeah, this weekend I saw a lot of endurance with my wrestlers because a lot of them they started the day off losing like their first or second match, and a lot of them came back and won like their last matches, which was
Mm-hmm.
cool to see. But like a lot of them had they were tough matches too. But
Yeah.
seeing them get the wins though, it's pretty exciting to watch just to see the turnaround. Like the rough
Mm-hmm.
start and then ending on a win or ending on a good note. But you have to have endurance to be able to push through. Because they had like
Yeah.
4 to 5 matches yesterday. It was a long day.
And that's tough. Like especially like I said, you're losing as early in the day. Like it's easy to get down and just be like, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. Even if you go out there mentally, you can be completely checked out. So kudos to all the wrestling ladies out there who continue to show up and fight through. And it's awesome to get that win and whatnot. But I think the biggest part of that is like the commitment for you all to not get down on yourselves and
Mm-hmm.
keep doing what you were doing.
Yeah. Yeah, no, our team's really positive, and I really like that about it because everybody's lifting each other up. Like we had one girl, she had her first match ever, like this was her first tournament, and she fell and this girl landed right on top of her at
Oof.
230 pounds. So, and she like stopped and she was crying and everything, like she was hurt, but she like went back to it and started wrestling again and finished that match and then I think had 3 or 4 matches after that. But like just seeing that is
Dang.
pretty awesome for like your first time, your first match ever, being able to like have a heavyweight land on you, squish you, and then you get back up and finish the match.
Yeah, it would have knocked me right. Done.
Yeah.
Wind out, tapped out, it's over.
Yeah, her chest was hurting, her back was hurting.
I bet. God dang. That's rough.
But she finished strong. Like she came out with 3 pins to end the day. So like that's
Nice.
endurance. Like being able
Mm-hmm.
to struggle and get back out there.
Straight up. Kudos to her.
Mm-hmm. Shout out.
Shout out. Well, awesome sauce wrestling, ladies. To repeat that quote again, does anybody really think that they didn't get what they had because they didn't have the talent or the strength or the endurance or the commitment? Nelson Mandela, if you do, wipe that shit away. Okay? Remember who you are out here. Remember what you've been doing, the work you've been putting in. Go at your pace. Like I said, sometimes you need to speed it up, sometimes you need to slow it down, but don't stop. Recover, rest. It's a big difference. Don't get down, don't get bleak and sucked into things. Like I said, when things outside are not looking great, you don't feel like there's nothing I could do. I don't know what else to do. Like, what's the point? There is a point. The point is to keep showing up and do the stuff that you can to control or that you can control, even when you can't see the direct results about it. Just keep moving, and collectively, we all benefit.
And just keep moving.
That's right. So, have a great week, enlightened ones. We appreciate you. Again, this is Deja.
This is Michaela.
And we'll talk to y'all next time.
Peace.